Hello and welcome back to JOKAKAKA. I am Jim.
And I'm Sam.
And this is your favorite JoJo's Bizarre Adventure recap monthly podcast. We talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Currently, we're in the frickin' midst of part 9, JoJoLands. We're balls deep, if you will. Barely 10 seconds in, Sam's already using language that could get us demonetized.
No. You can say the F word now in the first 5 seconds of YouTube videos now.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So we're talking about chapter 28 of, crazy to say that, chapter 28 of the JoJoLands. It was a really great chapter. I can't remember the name. I'm trying to scroll up.
Dignity and instruction.
Dignity and instruction. Two things that my ex-wife never gave me.
It's like a Family Feud question. But before we start on our discussion and recap, we have to do what we always do, which is shout out our patrons. And again, if you want your name shouted out at the beginning of JOKAKAKA episodes, leave whatever you feel comfortable leaving on our Patreon. And let's get started.
It's patreon.com/JOKAKAKA, by the way. I never do that.
Yeah, but links are also in descriptions and whatever. Thank you so much to Gilbo, Perpetually Angry, Neon Nen, Ilse Pencil, Odds, Call Me K, Classic Andy, Truffle, Sabat, Blueface, oh god,
Jagingis,
Meliflor,
and Melifior. Thank you.
When you see a lot of G's, you're like, oh, okay.
When I see a lot of G's, I get excited. I say Jagingis.
You get turned on by those G's.
Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much for being
Emperor Japan.
Thank you so much. We love you all. But we're here to talk about JoJo.
Yes.
Chapter dropped this morning. It is currently Monday night.
I had the same time as Dan dropped this morning, and I was like, damn, I have to read these back to back.
So I just read the chapter maybe like 20 minutes ago, not even. I have to say, it's in the running for one of my favorite JoJoLands chapters. I was freaking... Okay, it is, but it isn't. Like, I think some of it sucks.
For its content, how much is packed into this? Where it's, like, didn't see a lot happen, but like a lot information happened.
For me, just to kind of like where we were before in the last chapter, it felt like we were at a real like climax in terms of what Howler has to offer in terms of like being an antagonist.
Yes.
With this chapter, I feel like we got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
And we
have our main villain.
It really just gets me so excited to know that we've got this really, really determined, motivated, like interesting villain. And I'm in love. I'm in love with Akka. I love him.
And we've started with him being on like the back foot. Like he's never really on. Like he's on top of being a CEO, but he like immediately loses like after that initial get off the plane. So like
it's kind of cool.
Nice.
Damo's kind of in that position too.
Damo is the main villain to us.
But like I mean, if you look at the first half of JoJoLands, like Damo is kind of on the back foot in terms of he doesn't have possession of the JOKAKAKA or whatever the branch. He's like. He all his guys are getting killed one after another. He does have that epic like standoff in the Higashikata manner.
And the joke is that he's supposed to look like a loser, but literally has the most like horrific like
he's stand. Like super dedicated, super brutal. It's funny though, because like his stand is horrifying, but it's also super basic.
I think like Kira is like supposed to be the cool suave like Patrick Bateman guy, David Bowie guy, but then like he like gets his ass beat. He kills like Okuyasu's brother, but then like when they actually like what's called Jotaro and Kyoichi like fight him, he like just gets spanked.
Yeah, right.
And it's not until like later on he becomes like insanely like dangerous like that. But
yeah, well that makes him kind of cool too. Like that's actually Kira's a really good comparison because you're almost kind of rooting for him in that fight because he does feel outmatched.
He's getting the kill by like not even the main character, the previous main character, and like the Joe bro, like the third Joe bro.
No, that's a great, but it's also great because it's like kind of like you put a rat in a maze and then they get really desperate. Like you're already putting Kira in a position where he has to be super desperate. Someone who's been just completely what's the word? Like he was so like mask off the whole time. He was not covering his tracks at all.
He was on the back foot when a like middle schooler stole his hand out of his treat bag.
When did American Psycho come out?
2001 or 99? It's 99 or 2001. Or it's
2000.
Okay, right in between.
Hilariously, I'm pretty sure that Kira predates Patrick Bateman.
Yes.
In terms of a movie portrayal.
He's definitely based off of
Well, it's based off of... Oh, I thought you were talking about Patrick Bateman.
No, but like people...
Visually
a lot of people like I feel treat Kira like fucking Patrick Bateman, or he's not a good person.
He is. I can definitely see them being like in the same sort of archetype.
Yes. Then people say they did nothing. But Funny Valentine has become that after Kira, but like
yeah. All right, but let's actually talk about the chapter. So, hilarious cover page.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So, hey Conk, you see, the power of the lava rock isn't just an empty shell. This must be a reference.
It's probably
this
like
must be a
pun. It's probably like a pun in like the in the Japanese, because that seems to always be a case in a lot of writing where they have to like translate the joke kind of.
So yeah, because a conch is a creature.
Yes, but still, it could be...
but that they do leave an empty shell when they die, like everyone, like we do as well.
Yes, but I'm not sure if like it was like the in Japanese if it's like a weird like pun or joke or something like that. Like
perhaps. I also just love like. Oh, anytime we get to really see that Jojo's hair is like suction cupped to his face, it's like vacuum sealed to his nose.
It's taped.
It's like, so funny.
But I also just love like the clouds are like very much when they like what's it called, Charming Man, where it was like very low to the ground, where it's like that weird 2D low to the.
Yeah, Rocky's been doing that lately for the illustration he did for, well, it's more of a painting for the Paralympics and the Olympics. Yeah,
I love
he drew the clouds like that as well. Must just be calling back to probably some traditional style. The way that he also called back to the wave, like the what is it, the wave over Karagawa. So, I'm gonna pretend like I know.
Sure.
You know the famous wave.
The famous wave. The wave.
It's called like the wave over something.
Or maybe Rocky just went to the beach and just like really wanted to draw Jojo at the beach, and he's all conch.
Do you remember that one terrible like kid show, like What's in Jimmy's Head?
No.
It was like the whole premise was that it was a child who his brain matter got replaced with like the in-universe Walt Disney. So it was a live-action Nickelodeon show, but he would see cartoon characters.
Oh, I think I remembered that concept. I don't remember
the idea itself. Is that like the in-universe Walt Disney was like schizophrenic and saw like Mickey Mouse and Yogi Bear in front of not Yogi Bear, but so like that. What if that's what Araki sees? Araki's always seeing like Josuke, like Jodio, just hanging around
as a kid, because we just had a random bunch of like VHSs, and like you didn't know like what the hell they were, because a lot of them were like looser and like sleeves, and like one of them was like a cartoon like from like some point in the 90s of like a kid who like had his like drawing his OC like just talk to him and like hang out. I forgot what it was called, but I like remember this VHS.
That's very interesting. I'm so curious now. Are you sure it wasn't VeggieTales?
I watched a lot of VeggieTales growing up.
Oh, don't worry. We'll talk about VeggieTales soon.
Yeah, we'll get there.
All right, so let's jump into the chapter. People are screaming.
I would never forget VeggieTales.
So we resume with Jojo being attacked by this unnamed stand.
Still unnamed, and it's
so he's being like pushed in by a bunch of hands.
Yes. So we're gonna see throughout this, the stand seems to be like where Jojo's stand is like it can rain down pressure. Where this one's like it has to be on an object, so it can't just be on its own.
Specifically between gaps.
Yes.
So this is kind of what I said. I think I said this last month. Kind of similar to like Funny's power. Funny's power is that you need to have like a gap between two objects.
Yes. That's why like
to activate.
Yeah, the famous. They always had the flag on, or you have to have something on.
Yeah, and maybe not a gap. I'm explaining that wrong.
It's like
he needs to be pressed between two objects.
Yes, and it just looks like that.
Which
like,
I do have to say, like, could he not just use his clothes at all times?
No. No. As we see with Jojo's hair, the clothes are like like attached to the person.
They're part of your physical body.
People don't change their clothes that much in JoJo.
They can't. They can't take them off.
Unless you're
it would take 20 minutes.
Unless you're in part 1 or 2, you cannot. Like, other than Jojo taking off his jacket to avoid the Wheel of Fortune that one time, I think Josuke took off his shirt a few times.
Good.
I think that was like mainly it, because people can just sew up those bullet holes whenever they get or stabs.
Yeah. Well, they just don't worry about them.
Or gaping wounds.
But so yeah, this is like a really funny situation, but it's also like terrifying because you can't explain why you can't obey the cops right now. The cops are actually they're not the cops.
It's the government.
I think they're the FBI.
DEA? Yeah, it's their government. We'll just say government.
And so yeah, like he literally cannot comply with them, which is bad for them because they're trying to lay low in the situation.
But I do like the stand is kind of like a similar. Kind of, not exact, but it's similar to his own stance. So it is
neat in that way. It is kind of like a pairing, like a they kind of reflect each other.
Yeah, they're different. But like Jojo only can do it if he's above it. He can't do it from
unless he swings forward on a vine.
Yeah, he can move his body out of it, which is like very interesting. And she can just seem to be doing it from like we don't know the range yet. But
so
like,
it must be Key West, right?
Yeah,
it must be Key West stand. There's no doubt.
Yeah, they basically say like. This is not Aka. He literally pieced out. Like this is like somebody else knows because the way he's acting seems like he doesn't know at all, and so. But yeah, I do like. It's so funny when we had just regular the government just like regular people, and they have to like just see this stuff that's just happening to him.
It is really funny. They all have like little cameras and stuff. This doesn't really look like government agents that I've seen reflected in like American media, but they're also in Hawaii, so that might be different.
I just love like I tripped and I can't stand up. You can't stand up after tripping on these trunk cases. Like, I love.
There's also a little part where Dragona calls him Jodio and then reverts back to the codename Noir.
Oh wait, Persona 5 Noir. But yeah, and the gas in between, like you say, it's like presses down on him with insane pressure, and it seems crushing his leg, but he can get up fine. It's not like gonna break his leg, but
it's pretty scary actually, because it's one of those things that's like, I don't know if you've ever felt this in person, but do you know when it feels like items do this to you sometimes? Like, do you ever, when you're trying to get out of bed and your blanket is like wrapped up around you? I don't know. Sometimes it feels like objects are being malicious and like are tripping me on purpose.
I usually end up just with all the blankets off me by the time I wake up.
Well, it's like, I don't know. I feel like if sometimes like you try and kick a piece of trash and it like wraps around your leg. I don't know. There's kind of a relatable aspect to this of like, It's almost like Jodio is incapable of kicking a piece of trash away.
What we wish one review could do, where we try to do something and then like a horrible like a Rube Goldberg machine just happens that like just wraps around you and like stops you.
And then you fall into a cake, and then you get cake all over your face.
And then the birds come over to eat the cake off of you, and it like pecks you off a hill.
And then the tigers come to eat the birds, and then you got to fight tigers.
But yeah,
just a really incredible art too. Like these 2-page spreads always look amazing, and like
the way he's drawing the seemingly Key West stand, I just love like the face. It's like it reminds me a lot of like how you know how like Rolling Stone had like the face of the person like inside the stone, like that, where it just appears like on like the object, and it just like I don't know. I just love the way it looks. It's not talking to him; it's just there like a stoic face.
It is actually kind of a neat idea with the stand appearing on the object. I feel like that is kind of a pretty underused thing. With because
they did
a stand just kind of like being a part of whatever object it's using to attack.
Part 3 had that with what's the name? The submarine.
Remember High Priestess.
High Priestess, yeah. Because remember it just made the entire like
with that it's like she's forming her face. She's forming like parts out of the earth.
But that is canonically because Araki made officially what her and her stand looked like on its own for the fighting game, and that's what it looked like essentially as well, like as its own.
Mm.
So like it seemed, and then Jotaro broke all her teeth, and she was. They said, "Oh man, she's ugly now because we broke her teeth."
She's ugly. She's no teeth. What is she?
Way to go, Jotaro!
Jotaro hates women.
I won't main this character now, but yeah, I do. And the enemy stand, we get hit by that essentially.
There's a lot of really good expression. I mean, Araki is just he's just really good. His art's really good. That's all I can say. I mean, only so many ways I can say Araki's art looks really good.
It's been good. His evolving art style has always been great. And I do like put your hands up and stay where you are. Like I can't. I'm sure it's just very funny. He's like can't follow the government agents, and it's just like stuck.
Yeah, it's a really good use of this power in terms of like the situation he's in, because it's not like if this were happening without the cops around, then it wouldn't be a big deal because he's got his friends nearby. Yes. But the fact that there's cops adding with like fucking assault rifles in this situation adds a lot of tension because
and they don't want to blow their cover either.
Yeah, exactly. They're intentionally trying to be inconspicuous, and it's failing.
But we get a really cool use of November Rain where he like, puts it like in the suitcase and like shoots it out essentially.
So is that what's going on here? I was trying to figure out what's going on here. I guess that is what's happening, right?
Unless that'd be too many suitcases to be open, but because you see him emerging from the one shot.
It's almost like it's exploding out of the suitcase and shooting through. It's cool too, and I guess at this point the cops didn't know that the briefcases were full of money. I think that was also a mystery at this point. Or
they didn't know, yeah.
Maybe, then, I mean, it doesn't look good for anyone.
And then at the corner, you see Key West just looking. It's very funny.
It's menacingly,
But yeah, and then he kind of like, they do this typical joke like, there's another person who wants the money. Like they know about the lava rock. There's no way. Like you can't possibly be another person that knows about this. And like, no, you should know at this point. There's always an enemy stand user.
It is kind of funny here that like we don't really see the cops' reaction after Jodio breaks
one of their guys gets
he
nailed.
Breaks the thing, and like I don't know. There should have been like a what the hell just happened? Like, was there an explosion in that? Because like the suitcase explodes open.
But one of their guys gets like hit by the money, which is very funny. And yeah, so and then they basically pick JoJo up, and there's somebody here that knows about the lava rock, and like they say it's not Aka. He went past us to some deeper into the ship, so like I'm pretty sure it's not him, because he would have just killed us in the room if he knew it was us. Like this is somebody else.
Which at this point he really should just be like, oh, it's fucking Key West. It's the woman, the very conspicuous woman who Aka was talking to the whole time.
It'd be very funny at the twist. It was one of the sailors or one of the government agents, just like undercover. So like
Honestly, okay, I kind of take that back. There are a lot of people here, so he there's no reason why he should think that. I take that back.
They don't do like the stand check they did in part 4 when Josuke would use his crazy diamond to just try to punch somebody and like see if they flinch, and they don't, so they don't have a stand.
They really should be doing that more often. You should be doing that to basically everyone in the street.
But like a lot of them don't have visible stands like JoJo and Dragona.
Yeah,
Dragonas are small, but like JoJo's the one that you would test it the most with.
Yeah, just have it appear above you. That would be terrifying. Basically, it's like look above you.
But yeah.
So the last thing we see is the police asking for their identification, which cuts into a bit of a flashback that we get. Which this is when I really popped off.
Yeah, this is like that half. You think the chapter could have ended with like there's enemy stand, but who could it be? And it's cut off there. But like no, this is actually beginning like Aka as a kid again. Like it's very interesting. This is the Howler we've been introduced to before as well.
No, we haven't seen his dad yet. This is the first time we've seen.
This is Grandpa.
This is not Grandpa.
Is that Grandpa? I thought it was Grandpa.
This is Father. This is
Papa Howler.
This is Papa Howler, I believe, unless I'm incorrect. It should be Papa Howler. I
could have.
This must be Papa Howler, because he talks about like his grandparents or whatever.
We said this is his grandparents' place, but yeah, go ahead.
But so we see Howler. So young Howler has a babe over. He must be like an early teen here.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty slight frame. But I believe he's wearing boxers with his name on it. It looks like Aka might be written.
they love the names on their clothing underwear. Okay, so Aka is 42 currently, so yeah, this is probably...
Oh shit! So this could have been. He's probably like in his 20s here. But so we see the chest which we've seen before.
It is his grandfather.
Does he say grandfather? Okay, am I wrong?
I'm just looking at like.
I literally just read this. This is
his grandfather in the previous chapter.
Okay, I take that back. I'm a fool. I'm a foolish fool. So we still haven't seen the father yet.
Yes.
If anything, that makes more of a main villain father situation likely. But okay, so we see the grandfather Howler, which I love. He's got the goofy hair.
You get the Joshu bowl cut.
He's got the freaking weird bowl cut with
the Hawaiian flowers.
Yeah, I don't know I think they're supposed to be roses.
It's like that thing you always see when people like on an episode where they go to Hawaii. The first thing they're given is like.
Oh, I don't really think. That's interesting. You think that you read that as a lei? I guess it is a lei.
They're in Hawaii, so I just assume that's what it is.
But they're like rose. They're very.
It could just be a Rocky spin on his own. Like this is because there's probably a symbolic meaning to a lei if it's like like a certain kind of flowers for a different like purse. I don't know. I've never been to Hawaii.
I'm gonna plead the fifth here because I don't know anything
about.
I actually have been to Hawaii, but I was there
for a layover.
So it's like stolen valor. Their airport sucks. There's no AC. I'm an American. I need AC. So we see him bring out what appears to be a Bible. So okay, there's what?
So yeah, we basically
So there's 9 stars on this, which actually it isn't a Bible.
Yeah,
it's only a trick Bible
with the Howler logo.
But we do see the crucifix in the background as well.
Yes. Well, we cut in between this flashback and like Aka and his chapel yacht, his yacht chapel.
Yeah. So, but to like stay within the first part of the flashback, this is like really important.
It's very funny.
The grandfather is basically saying like, look, I don't care if you're like a fuckboy, it's fine. But this is like really important for you to understand.
We have a family mystery.
Yeah, basically. And I think this is really, really interesting. This line, the Howlers are at their apex. No enemies, no conflict, just a happy, healthy family.
You know what's weird about this panel? Like he had like 2 panels, but he like cuts off like like him, his grandfather and him like heads. Like it's like so weird that he did that.
I wonder if he did that on purpose.
So interesting.
So he's saying, don't lose sight of what that means. A child born into it might not realize it, but it means that you're walking on the path of falling from the summit. This is such an interesting line here. So basically, there's this whole idea that like we have this like secret. We have this secret enemy, this like secret adversary that is forming due to our wealth. Like we are shining. I think they calls it like we're a shining family, and there's a shadow cast from that. This is like very religious. We're already like like wading into like the religious imagery or the religious imagery here, which I love.
Yes.
So
and also, he's going more because like, we've had the family legacy with like the Joestar stuff, but this is like a family legacy stuff also, but it's on like the villain side.
It's the villains, which is so cool. Like, how cool is that? That like the villains have this like bespoke, very like detailed familial lineage.
Because like we had a little, a tiny bit. It was never like the factor. Like Dio was never a factor in like that kind of like, lineage stuff. Even with Giorno, it was never like a factor.
Yeah,
or like other one. Well, Diavolo had a daughter, but all he wanted to do was kill her because he didn't want any.
Yeah.
But this is like the most.
A lot. I mean, those are a lot of like really different. I would say that
like this is not the Brando bloodline is important. No.
Yeah. To draw a parallel, I think it's explicitly drawing a parallel to like the Joestar family line.
Yes.
And you could even say that there is like a sort of like line of fortune that follows the family as well.
Yes.
Even though it's more so like I would say it's more along the lines of like a fate. Like they've got like this destined fate.
Yeah. And even in like I guess the picture of his original ancestor that found it, like there is the crucifix behind him as well. If you look at it.
Yes, I pointed that out.
Yes.
If you listened.
There's the crucifixes like all over. Like you see it inside the when he's coming out of the bedroom. There's also like there like in like the treasure chest, like just there menacingly in like a blank room.
Yes, so which we learn is an important MacGuffin.
Yes.
Shortly after.
A second MacGuffin has hit JoJoLands. But yeah,
I need to look this up really quickly. I wish I had time before. The 9 stars in the circle, it must mean something, right? That must be them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then not 1 star in the middle, and it's a Star of David, or at least it's a 6-pointed star. That must mean something, right? That must be like it's got to be some sort. I wish my theology was a bit better right now. 8 stars. Sorry, I'm googling this because I'm a simp. With 1 star in center. No, I can't really.
I do like the government agents trying to like hurry Aka out of the his little chapel and everything. Like they're just yelling at him. Like, you can't bring anything, and like he was yell at freaking Key West and like you do your job and then let me take 2 things out of this. It's very funny, which they should not be letting him do that, but.
All right, I can't find. I'm gonna just say I can't. I'm gonna leave this up for the theory havers. But yeah, so he pulls out the diary. That's the big thing here, that we get more on later. But so okay, we cut back to the present. Aka Howler is in prayer at the chapel inside the mansion.
Yeah,
it's a mega yacht.
No, it's
a mega yacht.
I don't think I've ever seen like or heard a yacht that had a chapel in it. So. It probably exists, but I've never like.
I'm sure that it was probably a really popular thing back online. I'm sure the cruise ships have it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you get to a certain size of a boat, you're just like, what else can I throw in here?
But like, yeah, the government's trying to get him out, like I said earlier. But it's just very funny that like. He said after we come back from the flashback again, and where you just like do your job and let me take 2 things out of here, But yeah, we get back to the flashback and just basically like we got that like that speech to him, that life-changing speech, it seems.
Yes. Also, one thing I do want to point out, I'm trying to just confirm it because as I said, my theology is not great. I believe the crucifix is explicitly used by Catholics. I don't think there's any other sect of Christianity that uses Catholic uses specifically a crucifix.
I'm sure the people who are more into that field will answer that with better details.
All right, I will take this back. Actually, I just looked it up. At least Google's giving me an AI overview that's saying that Eastern Orthodox, Anglicans, and Lutherans will use it as well. So okay, we don't necessarily, but just knowing Iraqi's little like flights of fancy in the past, he loves Italy. Obviously, Italy's very Catholic.
Yes.
That's probably where he's pulling some of this imagery from.
I mean, Just Book Rohan had like the confession.
He literally did a confession. Yeah.
Yeah, and but it's like he has this like little chapel, but like there's no Bible. It's like their Bible is their family diary.
Yeah, which is interesting. That's a really, really interesting sort of idea here, because the first shot we really see is we see an image of I believe it's the great-great-grandfather Howler with the woman he married, who was the princess of Howler.
And he said they intentionally wrote it for outsiders to not be able to understand it, and there's no map, so you had to, like, the family himself would have to, like, be the ones to figure it out. And, like, the shot of him, like the ancestor in, like, the beanie, he kind of made him look like Jesus there. Like, modern-day Jesus in a beanie. Like, I don't know, just like the beard, just how like how the typical white Jesus looks like in a lot of stuff. I've seen this side picture of Jesus so much growing up that like
I would say he lacks like a proper beard. Like Jesus is generally depicted with like a pretty big beard.
He's supposed to be like a modern, like he looks like a more modern Jesus instead of just like the titular one. Yeah, Jesus didn't have a beanie either, but hey.
Well, okay, he might have. Did you know that actually early depictions of Jesus did not have a beard?
I can believe
Isn't that funny? There was a time where Jesus was beardless. Also, this is a fun little fact because I'm going to talk about. I've been going down the whole Christianity hole recently. Yeah. But one of the very first, it's probably the first depiction of Jesus in the world, is graffiti. I believe it's in Turkey. It's called the. Oh my God! It's got a funny name. It's something graffito, and it's graffiti of some Roman guy making fun of a Christian that he knew, and he draws Jesus on the cross with a donkey's head. And early depictions of Jesus actually had a head of a donkey, similar to how like in Egyptian religion they would give different animals. And it's a guy drawing like a Christian he knew, saying like, haha, look, he's worshiping his Lord donkey head. And it's like the coolest thing ever. It's like ancient graffiti from like literally like I don't even know. It's got to be like 1200 or no, sorry, 120 BC or sorry, rather CE.
Well, growing up in Christian school, they just wanted to push the white Jesus so much.
Actually, Jephesus.
I at this point, like if Jesus was just a vegetable, I would worship him more than.
So it's called the Alexmenos Graffito, and I want to show you what it looks like. Sorry, I didn't.
No, you're good.
I didn't look it up.
I want to see it.
200. It's from 200 AD. It's very hard to see in this image.
I feel like someone has probably like tried to redraw it, or like
people have redrawn it. I'm gonna show Sam.
This is like that one of those things that like they want to like with the modern interpretation.
But yeah, people go to this site to
Donkey
see it.
Jesus. I'm gonna pray to Donkey Jesus.
They might pray. I don't know. Here. I'll just show you. Here's a redraw of what it looks like. Sam is laughing at this.
Are you saying that real? That a joke? What you said?
I'm 100% real. Because graffiti.
I know it's graffiti, but it looks
I said graffiti.
I think of modern day graffiti, then I think of like crude drawings.
Well, Sam, here's how it looks on the wall. Sam is laughing at Jesus with a horse head, or with a mule's head, rather.
I know it's not. It'd be such a cool imagery for. I can think of like famous religious like drawing.
This is from 200 CE.
I know, but it's so crude.
They barely had wheels then. So yes, it's graffiti.
The Turkish art note.
I might be wrong about it being. It's not. It's not in Turkey. I believe it's actually in Italy. It's in Rome.
Even better detail.
Yeah, it's possibly one of the oldest depictions of Jesus. So okay, I'm sorry.
So
as I said, I've been going down kind of a religious rabbit hole lately.
But yeah, but then there was an important part. But look here at this part, as he says, lightning. Read it. With the lightning of the new moon, the breath that spouts from the earth.
So here's the full line. So God expresses all of this world with numbers. Numbers control the flow of this world. God is the lava of Howler. With the lightning of the new moon, the breath that sprouts from the earth, the footprints of the lightning.
We got Poochie back.
The footprint of the lightning, rather.
Welcome back, Poochie.
What is it? Tiger beetle. What are the words he said? Hercules beetle.
All the beetles. Prime numbers.
Prime number, yeah.
The new moon. The North Star.
But so yeah, basically, it really is like as
we
simple.
have a riddle.
It's almost not even a riddle. It's just like when lightning hits the lava, it makes the rock.
Essentially,
that's what he's interpreting here.
Yeah, it's right.
Maybe he's wrong,
but it's so on the nose with the.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And the grandfather says like I've been like read this 10,000 times and have not been able to figure out the location because like it's there to find new lava rocks essentially and. He's like, oh, I just thought the rock it just flowed out of some water veins, and by coincidence, nobody else found him. He's like, yeah, his grandfather, who he met before, searched his entire life and never found another one, and yeah. And
do you know what it reminds me of? That one scene in that one episode of Smiling Friends where the guy owns the shop where he has to use the paperclip, and when he realizes he can just use his nose to like turn off objects with the paperclip, he's like, oh, I had no idea it was under my nose the whole time. Like that's what I feel like. Howler, it's like, oh, maybe if I just look at the words lightning and lava, that'll give me the answer.
I'm actually not your imagination. I've actually died. It's true that you left. Go back to hell now. But no, and then that first generation lava rock is no more, and it's deteriorated completely already, which we've kind of seen like the rock they have currently that JoJo and them have has been like kind of degrading a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
than
we
usual.
Definitely saw it breaking apart last chapter, or not even like 3 chapters.
So
ago.
yeah, so for decades, the grandfather has been trying to like keep the family going.
Well, some of this is for. I'm assuming some of this is Akka's narration. Been looking at his grandfather. So he's been looking too. He's been obsessing over this as well.
And we're assuming I guess because we still don't know about the father, but we assume maybe the father also has been searching for like decades as well. There's a family mystery between those three, and nothing's closer than the grandfather, the father, and the son. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I
do want to say, so the one line that his father says is like you're like on a peak of whatever, falling, whatever. And then that's one of the words that like sticks with Akka in this, where he's like prostrate in front of this altar in the chapel, falling. And I do want to just say like that is also a super Christian idea. The whole idea of like falling from grace or falling like
from heaven,
living in a fallen world is like a very Christian idea. I think that's a super just obvious religious imagery.
Cast out of heaven, he's a fallen angel, and maybe he's like, oh, our family's falling,
Yeah, and it's this whole falling from grace.
Our holy family is,
evil is taking over. But I love that we have this moment here where, even though this has been his life obsession, it's not until this moment where it really clicks, where everything's together, where he's reading the diary and being like, they're coming after me. The way that Howler figures all this out in a second is so satisfying.
He's having a Jimmy Neutron brain blast.
He is, and I like that it's not out of nowhere ass pull, because he had a few moments in a couple chapters ago where he was like, wait, this reminds me of that rock.
He has intelligence. He's just very easily aggravated.
He's slow. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. He's his emotions are controlling him. He's immature emotionally.
Yes.
He's not calculating like we would see from other villains.
He had that modern day kind of, I guess, pampering as well with the money.
Yeah,
and we see with him being a fuckboy.
Yeah, and which is also another little. I love that idea too, where the people who are born into wealth and luxury do not realize at all how incredibly fortunate they are.
We've seen that with, a lot of media does that with, I think, doesn't what's a White Lotus or probably, what's that one you watch?
I haven't seen White Lotus. Succession, yeah.
Succession, different generations are completely different when they inherit stuff.
Yeah, and in Succession, that's a whole thing where the father of the family, so it's based kind of off a couple families, like the Waltons, and it's based off of the Murdochs, maybe? I can't remember, but the father was a poor Scottish immigrant, or his family came from Scotland, and he was a child, and he got lucky in the newspaper business and then became a humongous media mogul. But all his children have known nothing but pure luxury excess. I think I've said this before, the first episode, Kieran Culkin's character makes the family and the maids and their servants, or their butlers or servants, play baseball with them, and there's a child of one of the butlers, and he's like, if you get a home run, I'll give you $1 million, and writes a check for $1 million, and then the kid doesn't get it, so he rips it up in front of them. And it's shit like that that's just these people aren't even people. They're so disconnected from what it's like to live a normal existence that someone like Howler has lived in this bubble his whole life, and now that he's facing the imminent loss of everything, it's finally like sobering him up. It's waking him up. That's why I love this chapter so much.
As we said, how important his the family is to him. Like, it's even worse because like he doesn't want to be the one to lose the family, essentially.
Yeah, and the shame of that, like
the shame, like his potential. Hell, for all we know, Akka could just have a kid that we just don't know about.
He's 42 years old. That gives him time to have.
He was a fuckboy.
He could have like a grown kid. Not like all the way grown.
I mean,
but
he
like...
always to be be the same age as JoJo, and like could go to high school with.
oh my god!
Oh my god! Usagi's like secret like child of.
Okay,
Akahau.
I hate that. No, we can't do that. Because that would make it would. I mean, Howler would just have to have been like in his 20s. Oh, I hate that.
He's a fuckboy. He's a rich fuckboy.
He's a rich fuckboy.
And the family finds out he had a bastard child that they didn't approve of, or shipping him away to somebody else.
Or the family could easily make that kid go away. Like they could easily pay off the mother.
Throw him into the land.
God damn it! I hate that you called the fucking third act twist of part 9.
You go on Maury. Bring him back. But they also said like, so somebody knows about the lava rock and found a new one. So the one thing we still don't know is where the fuck did Rohan like? Why was Rohan the one?
Why
to find
could he
it
find
out?
them so easily? Because all he did was throw money on the ground and pick up the rocks that. Because, it trivializes, like, the struggle that Akka and his Howler family's gone through.
It's, like, off-screen, Thus Spoke Rohan chapter that he got up to.
Unless we're literally just giving, like, Rohan a rule of cool, like, superpower. Like, he just is, like, able to fucking...
He's Poochie.
He's Poochie. He, like, just literally is Poochie. My dog looked at you when he said Poochie, and I think she was like, I'm a Poochie.
But I do... And then, Akka's like... I'm taking my stuff, do your job, Key West. But like
he takes the diary and the crucifix.
But look at the face that Key West does. That is like the face of somebody that's not on your side. I love that. Like it really shows you like, okay, yep, she's not with him.
Yeah,
she's with her girlfriend's side.
And that's when we saw the flashback at first. I was like, are we getting like Key West flashback?
Not
like
yet.
I'm waiting for that.
But yeah,
I just love the paneling. I love him leaving, like the emphasis it puts on the objects, the diary and the crucifix, like as he's leaving and him putting together the idea that, oh, maybe this is key, like the crucifix is like a key to this.
I love it. He started expecting the crucifix, like setting the Christian side apart. Like it is very funny. Like,
it is really funny.
It's not important.
But so yeah, there is a hole on the top of the crucifix. He kind of hilariously identifies that it's something called fulgurite. This is totally in a rocky Wikipedia
I think I've heard of
rabbit hole
of this like before. Like that a rock gets struck by lightning and basically like, formed or crafted from that.
Yeah, which is interesting. I didn't know there was a name for that, or that it was like a specific type of mineral, like rock that forms. That's
people are
interesting.
also posting the what's it called? What's the Jesus statue in Brazil?
The Christ Redeemer?
Yes, they have like a picture of that with like a bunch of lightning behind it.
Oh my god, he's the most lucky object in the world.
I'm not sure, but yeah. And so, this is a clue. It basically like I figured it out, and then we kind of cut back to our group. They're like, oh, your credentials check out. You're good to go. Get out of here.
All right, so I do want to like highlight this image that we see here of is he imagining this? Is this real? Like we see lightning entering the rock, and it not only does it go through the hole, but it also goes out the sides of the cross because there's no crucifix at
so,
at this point.
Maybe like the way of the rock being formed is lightning striking like this rock and going through it completely, and then striking.
And maybe the idea here is that like the arrow that's going in, it's sort of like. Okay, this is weird. Think of it as like magnetism, maybe, because we're talking about like electricity. The idea maybe that it's like the passing through the rock makes the fulgurite. It sort of like creates a sort of like self. What's the word? Oh my god, this is so chaotic. It creates like a self-propelling, self-attracting magnetic element to the rock.
Yeah,
that's the image that I'm getting here. Like the rock is hit with lightning, and then it's got a bunch of arrows that are coming off of the rock, going back to the rock.
Or maybe like the thing is like, oh, it's not like a normal rock either. It's like it's a rock from the Holy Land, or a holy, like a famous.
That's got to be a part of it too, right?
Yeah, because still, why did the land eat Charming Man's brother?
And it was also full of holes too.
Yes.
The land itself was full of holes. So,
but yeah, and they kept that land off so they could look for themselves, but still found nothing. But I guess Akka's just trying to figure this out, and there's no way our characters can really figure this out unless they get the book from him, I guess. And even then, they don't know.
Yes. So
your dog is just trying to bite a treat on my lap.
She's demanding your attention, Sam. Good girl, Hella. All right, so yeah, we cut back to the present with our gang, the JoJo. Do we have a funny name? I feel like I ask this every time.
The crew?
The crew, yeah.
I don't know. We always call them the heist crew, or just the crew and
the
gang.
Joe and the Dios.
But the Mickey Yacht's probably going to be taken away, so this setting won't be a thing anymore.
So, okay, we do see a birthday month for JoJo.
Yeah.
Do we think that maybe he actually does have a birthday in what is it, June? Do we think JoJo is a June baby?
I don't know.
Does it matter? Does this matter?
No. I feel like that was probably, if he had a birthday, it would have been one of those early chapters. All right, I'm gonna see.
Yeah, look up to see
if the
JoJo
JoJo wiki has a listed birth date for JoJo.
So yeah, we get a emphasis. We're returning back to our gang. Emphasis on the IDs as they're handed back to all of our characters. They put them away foolishly. The cops, FBI, DEI, sorry, I meant to say DEA. The DEI cops. The DEA cops are escorting them out of the boat, and then our characters are like...
It'd be very funny if JoJo wasn't born
it is FBI.
in November.
He probably isn't, right?
And he just likes the name of it. So
we have Charming Man is a little cocky here. He's like, this is the beginning of the end. We got this. All we got to do is...
get the file out of here.
Yeah. And then JoJo is still hung up. I mean, he's hurting still, but he's hung up on the way that the stand is attacking, and that the more so that the attacker is still out there, which is honestly a valid concern. Doesn't seem like anyone else cares at the moment.
Charming Man's being attacked by all by the ID cards they had.
So yeah, he's the first one that gets attacked.
Well, the second one technically.
Yeah, I mean from the IDs. His ID actually cuts his thumb off.
It cracked off. It's just he's hiding it. It's fine.
The pressure. So his ID is going into his breast pocket, and it's pressing against his heart basically, which is a pretty bad situation.
And then Junios and Dragonas fly into his back too, which is very...
So our poor boy is being crushed in a really, really terrible way. I like how, as you said before, how the stand appears on objects. I like how it's almost kind of like a design on his shirt here.
Yes.
I never thought I'd see so much of this fucking Yokohama character, right? When we first saw this guy, I would not have expected to keep seeing him in chapter 28.
Even as a disguise, but yeah, it's very funny. But I'm guessing either they had to get out or Charming Man's got to break. I don't think Charming Man can probably use his stand unless he breaks off his disguise.
I think you're right, actually.
I'm assuming that, but yeah, he's also now dying. It's just very funny that Paco and them are just now waiting to get this girl out. Now they have to deal with Key West, assumingly.
Yeah. And then we've got JoJo dropping the precious cargo. He drops the rock.
Well, the rock goes to his. It looks like it's grabbed onto his foot and then up his pant leg.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah. So yeah, the rock's out and he's trying to grab it, but we see the stand has surrounded it, and yeah, the stand is also in JoJo's foot right now. It's on his shoe, and that's the end of the chapter. We see poor Charming Man is being crushed from both sides by cards of all things, by fucking
3 ID cards.
3 ID cards, and
I love non-threatening things being threatening.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
It is true. I mean, if you really think about it, something pressed with enough force could hurt. I mean, they would shatter.
You take your
let's
license.
Be real.
Yeah,
they would just shatter after a certain point. But I love it. It's great. This is a really, really good chapter. I love the build-up of Akka as a villain here.
I think it's a very good. If he is, hopefully he is the main villain, not still Papa Howler's actually.
I can't unless it's Papa Howler. I can't imagine him not being the main villain. But also, we should not even say those words out loud because we're cursing ourselves.
Yeah, I compare it to the one flashback Toru chapter we got in part 8, where it's just him grooming Yashahove, and then I have this as Howler. I'm I'm into this one more than I think I was. It's like the Toru one.
No, I'm super psyched. I'm really, really into this. It's funny because we were talking. Actually, I was talking at work about my podcast, which is something you should not do.
No.
And they hold on. I'm trying to get my dog's treat so I can hold it for her. One of my coworkers asked me, my boss actually asked me, he was like, does doing a podcast every month take away from like the enjoyment and the magic of JoJo? And I was thinking about the conversation we had with Exports recently on our JOKAKAKA.
Check that out.
Check that out. Where we were saying how it's kind of, for me, it's kind of gone in stages. Like for a while, it was exciting and fun, and then it kind of went to being like I wouldn't say it's a chore, but the production aspects of it are a little bit tedious.
Being in monthly helps a lot too.
Yes, it does. But now I love it, and I just kind of like forget about it, and then it happens, and we get to do a JoJo today. Like it's just a lot of fun. But yeah, this was for me like just such a reminder of why I love JoJo, why I love talking about it every month. Like getting these really fun, just like not groundbreaking, but these really fun like breakthrough chapters that are just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to think about it and talk about it and blah blah blah.
You get a villain motivation chapter and like a mystery around that and like what they're really after and what this message could possibly mean, because and they've been looking for decades. It's not as blunt as it sounds. Like there's something more to it. And is this a MacGuffin or is this just like a hint? Like
we'll see. I hope it's the latter because I don't need a MacGuffin. And we already have a MacGuffin. We have a MacGuffin. We can't have two. You can't have two MacGuffins.
Yeah.
You never go double MacGuffin.
No. But yeah, a villain MacGuffin and a hero's MacGuffin. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm loving this a lot. I want more. We're almost at 30 chapters in.
That's insane.
And so yeah, anything else I need to say? The Akka love child theory.
I hate it. No, I really enjoyed this chapter. I'm really curious to see what our fans thought. I shouldn't say fans.
You shouldn't.
I hate using the word fan. I should say listeners, the JoKoks. I'm really curious to what our listeners thought, if they also vibed with it as much as I did.
And the people that know like freaking religion more so than me or you, that are definitely like help.
Not to spoil my root beer talk, but I have actually been reading the Bible.
I mean, do we want to go in the root beer talk then?
Let's just transition to root beer talk.
Right.
So, okay, this
is a part where we talk about stuff that's not JoJo related.
And I'm going to talk about the Bible for a second. Only a second. So I am not a believer, but I'm reading the Bible because I want to read it and I want to know it and basically whatever. So I'm not very far into it, but...
You want to know what I went... I didn't see the Catholic side. I was only like Christian.
Yeah, I like... scare quotes grew up Catholic. I didn't really do like the CCD or anything, but I grew up with like the Catholic guilt and all that fun stuff that you get. But I'm reading the Bible now. I'm like maybe 10 books, 12 books in. Bible's fascinating to me as just like a study of like, it's like multiple genres.
Peak fiction.
It's I would not say it's peak fiction. But there's so many things that I feel like I have so much better context for now. In terms of references and things, and I get really excited when I see biblical references now because I feel like I have so much more context.
Is that a motherfucking Bible reference?
But
sees a flood happen in like United States, like that's just like fucking Noah.
But I did want to say the reason why I'm bringing this up, partially because of the chapter, but also partially.
You see a woman eat an apple, like you're like Eve.
Okay, I do take umbrage with that. They never say that the fruit of knowledge of what is it? The fruit of knowledge, right?
Forbidden fruit.
No, well, it's called the fruit of truth and knowledge, I believe.
Something like that.
They never say it's an apple. It's never confirmed to be an apple.
What in your head canon? What fruit do you think would be the most tempting fruit?
Well,
if you saw a fruit hanging on a thing, what would be the most tempting one to be like, I have to eat that, I can't resist.
Biblical scholars and people say that it probably was a pomegranate. Because a pomegranate would have been more appropriate for the area, because apples don't.
I don't think pomegranates are that fun.
But pomegranates are delicious.
I don't like pomegranates.
I would. It's probably or could it even be a date? It probably could have been a date as well. If it were me, my favorite fruit, it would be a mango. If the fruit was a mango, then I would totally understand why Eve sold out her entire race.
I would understand.
But no. So the reason why I'm bringing up the Bible thing is because I, over the weekend, watched The Prince of Egypt, which is the 1998...
A movie I had to watch a ton of time. It was between VeggieTales and watch Prince of Egypt and Christian or Sunday School.
It's a 1998 DreamWorks film starring Val Kilmer as Moses.
I never looked at the voice actors. Is it
crazy?
Who's his brother?
Crazy. Aaron, Moses' brother,
yes.
Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
Hilarious. He's the one voice you can really get. King Ramses, Pharaoh Ramses is played by... So, okay, if you don't know, the Prince of Egypt is the story of Exodus, specifically of Moses learning who he is.
Is it a DreamWorks movie?
It is a DreamWorks movie.
Yeah.
Learning who he is, and then also leading the Israelites out of Egypt. And it's basically that portion of the
then
Exodus
killing
story.
So many people by dropping water on them.
I do want to say, hilarious how... The whole point of Exodus is how unfair it is that we are slaves as Israelite, we as in being the Israelites. And then the second the Israelites cross the Red Sea, they're like, all right, slavery's cool so long as you don't make an Israelite your slave. Actually, they do have some caveats for that too. But so they are so quick to just accept slavery. Like, no, yeah, obviously. And then they also go on genocidal... They go on genocides against the Canaanites, the Moabites.
Wow, sounds...
Yeah. But okay, Bible talk over. Movie talk begins. I watched this movie. This is a movie that I watched as a child. I wonder if people who are my age, like young millennials, probably relate to watching this movie. You certainly.
If anybody grew up in like private school or Sunday school and they had to throw something on it, VeggieTales or that movie.
It is very religion friendly in terms of they consulted a couple different sources. They didn't just go by like this traditional like Exodus story.
Do they knock off the Sphinx's nose in that movie?
They actually do, and it's a cringe moment.
Yeah, I remember that thing when they're racing chariots dangerously on top of the pyramids being built. Or
Ray Fiennes plays his brother, his Pharaoh brother.
We talked about this before. And
Ramses.
The scene I remember the most was like the firstborns being killed. It's like horrific.
So if you're not aware of the story of Exodus, there's a part where one of the plagues that Moses and the the Israel, the Hebrew God, it sends to the Egyptians, and also not the Egyptians, is the firstborn, not son of humans.
The
firstborn of everything. Cows, like sheep, lambs, whatever, will die. Like, so God sends on a spirit, or Yahweh. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. The Adonai, I guess, is the better term. Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
I'm trying to be like a theologian,
sure.
Amateur theologian. So Adonai sends the spirit of death that comes in and kills. It kills every firstborn unless you
have
put
X or...
so this is the story of Passover.
In lamb's blood,
you
right?
basically you take lamb's blood and then you coat it around you use laurel to spread it across your the threshold of your doorway.
I still got some remnants in my brain of the Christian upbringing.
Well, that scene as a child,
it's horrific.
Traumatized me.
It is fucked up.
I saw that movie I think once as a child, and it stuck with me because like they show the Pharaoh's son get killed on screen. Like they show a child die. It's crazy. But no, I have to say, like, as a movie, as a religious movie, it's so funny. There's this I can't remember. There's some writer who wrote a book about how basically the 90s was the end of history. There's this idea that like during the 90s it felt like the world kind of was like history was ending. Like there were no big major conflicts, there were no big issues. Of course there were. People just these are just white people talking. But this idea that like the end of history is happening, and this movie feels so illustrative of that, because like I can't imagine Disney doing a Bible movie right now. Could you imagine like a big, huge budget movie with a bunch of stars? Like there's something so crazy, the fact that they made like this big, like it's an Old Testament, but still it's a Bible story.
We got to see Ben-Hur in theaters again.
Well, I mean that shows like Ben-Hur flopped when they did that Ben-Hur remake. Like that just shows how like the appetite for this kind of movie. But this movie it's done so like lovingly in like a weird way. The animation and songs are like wonderful.
Are we getting a fucking Passion of the Christ 2 or something? thing.
What could they possibly?
The resurrection, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's
and
a
Mel
good point.
Gibson is going crazier, so he just did more.
My cousin watched that movie recently, and he was telling me about it, and I could not believe what he was telling. I need to watch that movie. It's like once I get through the New Testament, I'm gonna watch that movie. I have to read the lore first. I have to catch up on the manga first, Sam. I gotta be a.
You gotta get throughout the real shit. You gotta watch VeggieTales like I did. That's
well,
peak
okay.
fiction.
The last thing I'll say before I talk about my other thing is really funny rule. There's a really funny rule with VeggieTales. There are 3 rules that the creator had. So. Jesus cannot be depicted as a fruit. Mm-hmm. That was the first one.
But as a vegetable?
Well, or as a vegetable.
Vegetable.
Here's the spoiler.
Even though...
Most of the veggies in VeggieTales are fruits, but they're... Don't think about it.
They have a tomato as a main character.
Yeah, which is a fruit. So you can't depict Jesus as a vegetable.
Okay.
There's some other second rule that's not as funny.
I mean...
The third rule is that you can't depict the fruit... Oh, you can't depict them as Christians.
Okay.
So they're explicitly not supposed to be believers.
Okay.
And... You can't depict a fruit or vegetable having a redemptive relationship with Christ. That is like the biggest rule. Because they can't. They are separate from the actual like believers of Christianity.
There is one episode or one I guess a movie or whatever it is. I remember the most was like the story like the furnace. Like there's a Christian tale of like a guy gets thrown into like a furnace, but his like love of God protected him, and he came when he brought it out, and instead he's working in a chocolate factory, and his boss throws him in the chocolate furnace, and his face like kept him alive or something like that. That was the one I remember the most. I remember the chocolate bunnies and how they looked in like 3D animation. I'm like, I could eat that chocolate bunny instead of me as a kid.
That's hilarious. I will say,
and then Christianity, and then over my head, and you go, whoa, chocolate bunnies.
I will say that. There are some funny clips of VeggieTales that I've seen. There's one clip that I love so much where...
Oh my god, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's a tiny little asparagus talking to
he's like the main character of a lot of stuff.
He's talking to the tomato, and he's like... learning about the Israelites, and he's like, I've heard the Israelites are God's chosen people, and then the tomato's like, yup, and then
would think that, would you?
And then he's like, they must always do what's right by God, and he's like, oh, you'd think that, wouldn't you? And it's so funny. So I've read up to as far as where I am in the Bible right now. I'm up to the First Kings chapter, and it is almost a running joke how. Literally within like 2 years of being like faithful to God, the Israelites just start doing shit that makes God mad. Like it happens so often, it's not even like out of the ordinary that like it'll be like 2 years of like, okay, yeah, God, we're good with you. Then it'll be like, okay, we're going to build a couple temples for Moloch. And then God is like, how dare you build temples to Moloch?
I'm going to fucking harass one guy specifically.
Yeah. Okay, I will end the Bible talk now. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm sure that triggers a lot of people. But I'm just finding it, as a non-believer, I'm finding all this very interesting and fun.
I have to go through Christian school. It's very funny when you bring it up. Just a thing, like, oh my God.
I feel like if people really read the Bible, they'd be asking a lot of different questions than they currently do. Last thing I'll say is just look up the story of Lot. Lot has one of the most fucked up stories in the Bible. Kind of insane. I won't say anything else. But
what else?
My second thing is there's a series that's currently going on right now that I love very dearly. And they released a new episode recently that made me literally pog with joy. The Amazing Digital Circus.
Yeah, I watched that over here.
Yes, I watched it with Sam on my second viewing.
Who I have grown to really like this. I have missed one episode I haven't seen yet, but
I had so much hype for the show.
If you want my first opinion of it, we did do a Halloween episode about the first like 2 episodes of Digital Circus.
Actually, didn't we?
Yes.
We talked about that in Uzumaki.
Yes.
Yeah, we
episode
did
1 of Uzumaki and like episode 1 and 2 of like Digital Circus.
Yeah, only good episode of Uzumaki. But so Digital Circus, I remember. I'm sure you know of it. It's one of those things that's like blown up. You've seen Pomni.
You've seen the Pomni plush.
I own the Pomni plush.
Yes, I know you.
I have to keep it away because my dog wants to eat it.
And Jim, that's the one precious plush that she had to throw. Like in Hey Arnold, when like she had a little shrine of Arnold. You had like that of Pomni.
I have a little Pomni shrine. Yeah. She's right next to my magic cards.
It's a very good episode.
It was an amazing episode. There's something so wonderful. Like I've really liked Gooseworks, the creator's work beforehand. I followed a lot of her stuff before, but when their first teaser came out for Digital Circus, I was like, hold on, this looks really good. And when it came out, I was obsessed with it, and I'm still minorly obsessed with it. There's something about like I don't know, whenever you have someone online, a creator that you just fuck with incredibly, like, personally and deeply, past couple times I've watched this new episode, I'll watch it with some friends, and like I watched it with some friends for the first viewing I had of this one, and oh my god, just so amazing. Like there's so many times where someone in the chat is just like, oh my god, or it's like, fuck yeah, like there's just like it goes beyond words how amazing I find the series. Like the way that it plays with the characters, the way that it writes.
It has like actual like character moments, not just like the goofy like stuff 24/7. Like the episode before this new one was like very like you actually got backstory for like, the first time really for a lot of the characters, and it was like kind of crazy.
Yeah, the way that it drips information, and like so the whole gimmick, if you're not aware, is all the characters are presumably they tried to go into like a VR game and they're like stuck there. Basically they can't get out and they don't know their names and like parts of their past are obscured, but they do remember their past. And like Pomni in particular, the main character, mentions that she used to be like she used to have a YouTube channel where she would explore abandoned malls. And I can't confirm this, but I have a like strong feeling in my heart that there is a video on YouTube somewhere that Gooseworks made or had someone make that is Pomni's voice actress like actually exploring a mall, like a real mall. I have a feeling that this exists and it just needs to be fucking found. You can't just like casually say like, oh, I used to have a YouTube channel where I did blah 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 and it not be real. You know what I mean? Like I want it to be real so bad. I want to pay people to find it. So yeah, I will just gush about this forever. I just love Digital Circus so much.
We could do another episode talking about the other. Cause I saw an episode I haven't seen.
There's one episode you haven't seen, which is it's a good one.
So we want
but
to
it's probably the worst
do
one.
episode 3, 4, 5, or maybe I don't know. We always do Patreon like exclusive.
We haven't done one in a long time, yeah.
Patreon exclusive. We should just use our Patreon exclusive just to talk about the obscure OVAs that we've watched.
Oh, okay, yeah. Also, are you gonna bring that up?
We can.
3x3
I think both of us. I have a lot, so like if you want to bring it together.
So last thing I'll say before I let Sam take over. We watched 4-episode OVA series.
We watched a couple OVAs between this episode and the last one. We watched
a lot.
We watched like Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, which was sick.
That's an amazing film. Yeah, I love that. Not even an OVA, just like a film.
Just awesome. But yeah, we've been having lists, and like the most recent one we watched was that 3x3 Eyes, which apparently
was kind of a popular-ish VHS in America. Like and by that I mean like it was probably like a few notches below your Ninja Scrolls and your
the notable ones that you were like,
I don't even know what else, but like maybe Dirty Pair. Maybe there were some Dirty Pair VHSs floating around, but really enjoyable. It was just a really fun, enjoyable 4-episode OVA.
First episode was kind of like a speed run of everything, and like it was like I don't know whatever, but it's very fun because like the main character has like an immortality gimmick where like he can't die, but like he kind of like ends up in dying in horrible ways. Like remember Young Justice's Halo where you just could just like it's basically that, but like they do some cool things with him, and then like. He's like the one girl who is from a 3-eyed tribe and she wants to become fully human, so to find a magical MacGuffin that can like turn her into human, but she has like the other side of her that can like basically is the combat part.
Yeah.
And there's other fun side characters along the way, but it's just really like awesome, and like some gore is crazy in there.
It's exactly what you want from like that kind of OVA from that time period. There's kind of, I feel like the more we watch, the more I'm determining that there's kind of three things that you can be if you're a Japanese anime OVA from the 80s or 90s. You can either be about demons, you can either be sci-fi, or some other third thing.
Or
it's either demons or sci-fi or most
like
of the time.
Military, like some over-the-top police stuff.
Yeah, which most of the time is sci-fi mecha.
Yeah. Sci-fi mecha, cyberpunk, stuff like that.
Yeah, you're basically either cyberpunk or demon, a contemporary demon show.
There might be some like ninja stuff, but we have like... But yeah,
there's probably a lot of that we just haven't seen. But yeah, I've been loving just watching all these old OVAs. It's so good.
There's one episode with like his friend group at his school, and like there's like a transformation a body horror sequence that's like insane. Of like
it's like exactly what I want. Like whenever I turn on a crazy OVA, I want to see the gross body horror like monster shit.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's that in particular probably has some of the best animation cuts.
It's all on YouTube too. So if you want to,
we did watch it on YouTube.
You can actually watch that one on YouTube. Jim, you
I'm
were not
sorry.
doing your
I
horse.
didn't get my daily login bonus today. I was busy at work.
Okay, is it my turn then to go?
It's your turn, Sam, and I'm not playing the game. I'm just getting my dailies.
If you, we do.
I almost missed 50 carats.
If they join our club, it's fine.
Oh yeah, we actually had shout out to. I think only one of them was a Jokak. Shout out to, I believe, was it? Hold on, I want to say Illicit Pencil.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining the
horse club.
The horse club, which if you want to know our name, please join us, our horse club on Uma Musume. It's Silly Philly, but it's SILE space FILE. Join Silly Philly.
You can't make it not JOKAKAKA.
Why would I make it JOKAKAKA when it could be Silly Philly?
But okay, I tried to do some of these quick, but I watched the first 5 episodes, season 2 of Dan to Dan. Very good. It's awesome. So they did this.
Oh, the pedophile manga?
Fuck you, shut up. Don't start. I'll kill you.
I'm kidding. No. I'm already blowing up my spot too much.
Yeah, but what's it called? So they had this really awesome, because there's kind of a musical exorcism in an episode, and it's so awesomely done. And for the English dub, they actually got the lead singer of Dragon Force to do the song.
For real?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's so awesomely done. I can't. And there's a part later on in the manga, another musical part that I'm so excited to see get animated. If there's one thing that you should see for second season, just look up the ED for it, because it's done by one guy, and it's so awesome, animated so awesomely. It does like that panoramic shot kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
going into art,
like the Matrix
art style. I think you would totally love the ED of it.
I'll check it out.
But very good. I'm loving it so far.
Dailies.
It's very funny because what they're introducing in the anime right now, and what the chapter that came out today, same time as JoJo, was very good. Here's where we started. Here where this character's at now, and it was very funny to see that change. But also, so I kind of did a double dive back into 2 different BRs and 2 different experiences between
BRs
battle royales.
Oh, okay. You can't just use acronyms.
I was going to get into when I said it, you would understand it and you would click. So I tried Apex Legends again, which is a game I used to love playing a lot. And it's when I also played Fortnite because Power Rangers came out. I'm going to try that out.
Oh yeah.
So it's night and day. It's okay. When I went to Apex, so much systems have changed. Characters changed completely. And
really? They reworked people,
a couple characters. The character acquisition is back. It's like a hero shooter battle royale, but it just takes so long to unlock a character where I don't even know if they're good or not too, unless you look it up.
That sucks.
The game mechanics had just have a skill. The skill tree stuff was kind of interesting, and but I don't know. I just I don't know if I like the had a new kind of blitz kind of mode where it had respawns and everything. And this is kind of fun, but I just wasn't my love of it what I had before was just not really there. And I'm there's class changes and everything, and I'm just the microtransactions are the worst. They split their season pass so many times where it's just where I play Fortnite, I can get the season pass. I'm gonna get 2 Mighty Morphin skins, a Megazord, a bunch of stuff.
From the season pass.
Yeah, you can get the Green Ranger and the White Ranger in the season pass, and the Megazord when it drops.
People shit on Fortnite, but they're doing shit right.
Well, I got back into that.
Fortnite fucks.
Well, I got back into it. I played it with you and some other friends, and I'm this is
So we played the Blitz mode, which is specifically that's my problem with Fortnite is the games are too long for my dumb attention span.
I used to play
Blitz mode is less than 5 minutes.
Back in the day, I used to play Team Rumble, which was a big it was 20v20 or something like that. Yeah. But it was you could practice and you just people could build, but you could just play it with buy the trucks up and just blow up their build from below and kill them, and it was a good way to get challenges done. Just a team deathmatch mode, but they got rid of that when I checked recently. But it is get blown away by all the new bullshit and stuff like that. But I still had a ton of fun playing with friends and everything, playing with Power Rangers and
Yeah, I want to play again. Actually, I've just been I guess it's just doing other shit. Yeah, but yeah. I want to play more Fortnite.
It's I love Apex's combat and the gun shooting feels so good, but I don't know, man. It just didn't feel as good anymore. And the new season dropped a couple of days after I started playing again, and the game was broken.
That sucks.
It was I kind of wish I don't know. It's
for
something
me,
you love so much. I used to play for years, and I think I played once or twice with X-Forts.
Oh yeah,
because they always do.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, just kind of I don't know, just kind of I don't know. It hurts. Like, I want to love it again, but I just feel like so much changes. Like, this is not the game I really love. Like,
that's such a shame.
And playing on PC now, it probably doesn't help at all. You know, I'm still like, you know, I used to play on PlayStation 4 a lot, but it has crossplay. But like, still. But yeah, that was that thing. It's just like weird playing 2 different BRs and just having like 2 different experiences like that. And
it's such a shame because like that's so unique to these like this new era of like these service games where the game that you played 6 months ago can have changed drastically when you pick it up again. Like Fortnite's a great example of that. Like every time I pick up Fortnite, one of our friends is so into Fortnite, and she always is the reason why I get back into it because she just begs. She's just like, go play Fortnite, go play Fortnite. Fortnite and then whenever I pick it up, I'm always just like, whoa, the entire roster of weapons has changed. The map is like 30% different from last time, maybe sometimes more, but I always have fun as like a multiplayer, just hanging out with my friends kind of game.
Yeah, it's good for that, especially to have like a six mode.
Yes, that's been the cool thing about the new one. And also, I do want to say like it sucks that you love the way that like Apex feels. For me, like I don't love how Fortnite feels.
Yeah.
That's never been the appeal for me, but I like it as like kind of this like platform of games and
yeah, and there's other like new levels, and I'm like I don't know this level that much, or like, you know, especially one of the characters I mained, they changed up, or, like their class is now different, like everybody can fast revive, so like the one character I played who had like a thing that could let him quick revive was like now everybody in that class
you're just
can
like
do it.
yeah.
And I'm just like,
it's like in Halo when they added sprinting.
Yeah.
At first it used to be like an item you had to pick up, and then it was like
class,
everyone gets it.
Or you could be a specific class, so you get the sprint. Or
yeah. But now, no, it's oh no, for free. Here, you get sprinting for free.
I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again later if I get a new PC. But I don't, right now I'm just like not feeling it. And one last thing. I saw My Chemical Romance live like last week. They were at like where the Phillies play at that stadium. First time seeing a stadium show. First time actually
Lincoln
being
Park,
in that stadium.
You've never been to Lincoln Park?
Never been to a baseball game.
What?
Been to a football game plenty of times, but never been to a baseball game.
I'm kind of surprised that you've just never.
This never happened, but
compared to like any game, I'm not a sports guy, but if I had to go to any game, I'd prefer to go to a ball game. I feel like baseball games are more chill. You kind of just like hang out with your friends.
I've had horrible experiences going to see the Eagles, of like just the fans being the worst. So
yeah, Eagle games aren't like my favorite to go to.
If you don't know anything about Philadelphia Eagle or anything about football, just know that Philadelphia Eagle fans are like the worst. But so
you mean the best?
So I seen My Chemical Romance when their 3 Cheers came out. I missed Black Parade when their concert, and I saw them on Danger Days / their farewell tour, and then basically and after that, then he came back.
Black Parade must have been what, like
06.
Damn, I was gonna say 5. Wow.
And so luckily this is like, you know, this is a Black Parade themed tour. So they played the entirety of Black Parade, which is awesome. I think I missed. I only heard a couple songs, but I saw them after that, so I got to hear that entire album in order in its entirety.
That's so cool.
While in the middle they had a whole thing like a dictator kind of like thing going off between there, like that. I think my sister tried to translate a lot of the text that would come up would be like Serbian or something like that. They had like a dictator. They had like when like a woman would be singing the song, they had a woman come out and like sing certain parts and everything, which is cool.
That's interesting.
They had like Gerard got stabbed in the neck and like blood spurted out, which is cool. A guy was on fire running across the stage.
Oh my god, that sounds crazy.
A clown took off his top and revealed a bomb around his chest, and he exploded. Like a firing squad. It was some cool stuff, but like, you know, I don't like the acoustics of like I think of an outdoor concert show, because like it's sometimes I think like, it's hard to hear the mic quality. That's like my only complaint. But like,
so where were you? Were you in the stands or were you on the field?
I was in the stands because we're old and we can't go in the mosh pit. That's called. This is like, I'll show you here, Jim, a picture of my seat from like my view of the stage. But they had a little middle stage.
Oh my god, there's so many people.
Yeah, a little middle stage for people who did the encore. I saw Alice Cooper a little bit before the show. I only caught a little bit of his show because by the time he got in, checked the merch and everything, he was like, School's Out was ending. But by the time he got in there and done, we did get to see his famous beheadings he does in his concert. Do you know anything about Alice Cooper's shows?
I know that it's all theatrical, right?
Yes. So he got beheaded by like he put like a fake head in a guillotine and like beheaded him and carried around his head. He plays Schools Out. I heard they played Paranoid, which is cool for Ozzy. And the Philly Fanatic came out at one point. But it was really cool hearing the entirety of like, that's the first time I've been to a concert where they just played an entire album. And I just, really pretty damn fun show. The encore was like, they played a lot of songs off the first album, which was kind of crazy, but good show. good show. I enjoyed my time there. Bless you.
Thank you. Jeez.
And that's kind of end.
That's so cool. I do actually, because you mentioned like you never seen a show where they play the whole album. I actually just went to a show like 2 weeks ago. I went to a show where I've never seen that either. But I went to the King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard played their new album, Phantom Island. They played that. I was at, so you were at the actual Lincoln Financial Park.
Yes.
I saw them at the Man, which it's funny. Also, I just have some comments based on you're saying like an outdoor venue. Have you seen? You've been to like a bunch of like tour, festival tour,
yes.
like Warped Tour and things like that. So you've been to outdoor venues a lot.
The whole venue where Warped Tour was at, that it's an outdoor. It's an outdoor.
Susquehanna Bank
it changes every year.
I think it used to
maybe be called
like
the oh god, it was like initial center too, but it was like
TD Financial Center,
something like that. But it would be you're kind of a roofed-in arena, and then outside for field seats. The field seat, because I saw a bunch of bands there, and still have. But yeah, it's just like it's really cool to hear the album in its entirety. It's just like I wish the audio quality could.
So yeah, I wanted to say so I've seen a few shows at the Man. So the Man is a really big outdoor venue in Philly. It's really cool venue. It's a pain in the ass to get to, but
oh my god, leaving that fucking stadium was like the worst experience ever.
Leaving the fucking I've driven home from the Philly stadium before. It sucks. Do not recommend.
Do not.
But so I saw this is such a random deep cut, but I saw fucking Neutral Milk Hotel at the Man, and the acoustics were not great, which was frustrating. But so I saw King Gizzard play recently. They played with a whole orchestra, and their new album had an orchestra with it, and it was great. The sound was amazing. The orchestral, especially the actual miking for the orchestra instruments was great.
The guitars were really, you could hear them, the solos and everything great. And they even had some part where they actually played some parts with a violin or a cello. They had a woman that was there that was doing a lot of the string instruments, and those sounded great. But yeah, it's just I think it was the microphone. I think that was the talking, because in the encore he tried talking to the crowd, and he didn't really you couldn't understand.
That's really frustrating. Yeah, that really sucks. But yeah, no, hold on. Hello. I know there's people outside. But yeah, as we finish this podcast up, I'll let my little dog scream. No, but yeah, I had a great time seeing the show. I think it's just you can just get screwed sometimes with, I guess, where you are, especially with a big venue like that. And also,
it's just funny.
I've been to a few shows where the vocalist is not mic'd properly, and it really sucks.
It was very cool to see a lot, so much goth there. Was very funny.
Oh, I'm sure. One of my coworkers actually went.
Oh, that's cool.
She said it was life-changing.
Was it? And we also got what's it called? Grow Your Own Meat place in Philly. We also went to and got that beforehand.
I thought you said grow instead of grill, and I got really freaked out.
Grow Your Own Meat.
That was really fun. We did that in Maryland.
Did you?
We did that in Maryland.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right.
Our
You did.
friend's
Our
wedding.
friend's wedding. That's right.
Our bestie's wedding.
That's right. Yeah,
that was really good. I did it with your sister too.
Yes.
We did the yakitori. I believe it's called yakitori.
Yeah,
I might be wrong. No, that's chicken. Yakiniku. Is it yakiniku?
When you say that, I want to say yakisoba pan. I think the one thing I know about 13 Sentinels.
13 genitals, yeah. Yakisoba pan. I have to say, I had a yakisoba pan.
Not that good.
Not a very good sandwich. All right. Do we have anything else?
I don't think so, because we talked about our OVAs. So yeah, I think that was basically it. And just I've been actually, I feel like I've been busier than I have been for a month episode.
There's something that happens sometime during the summer where the rest of my year just gets booked up. I feel like fall for me is always busy. every and then Christmas. Forget about holiday season. Winter is just fucking crazy.
We've just been playing One Piece. If we could figure out how to stream a card game.
I don't know if anyone would care.
No, but it'd be fun.
I really like the One Piece card game. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
All right. That's really everything. Yeah. Can you plug it up for me?
Thank you.
Before people talk outside again and my daughter screams.
Third time's a charm.
My daughter screams.
Our souls will be lost if she barks for one more time.
Hi, puppy daughter.
Thank you so much for listening. If you liked the episode, please leave a like. Please subscribe on YouTube if you haven't. Please leave a review or whatever helps get the podcast be seen.
If you're on Spotify, you can leave us a star review. That'd be great.
Or just tell a friend or tell your boss like Jim did.
Tell your boss. Your boss likes JoJo. My boss actually does like anime. It's very funny.
Crazy.
He's
Also,
a big fan of Bleach. He's been talking a lot about the Bleach anime recently.
I hear people like. And so if you like, also, if you want your name shouted out at the beginning of every JOKAKAKA episode, please leave whatever you feel comfortable leaving on our Patreon, which is listed below in the description, and we said it earlier as well. And with that, I think we are good.
All right, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys listening, even the people that make it to the very end.
Yes, you're the real JoKoks.
You're the real JoKoks. Goodbye.
Have a good one.